Greetings, comrades and psychonauts. Adam Ray Adkins here, of the Acid Left. I'm reading a script written by Mike Watson, my regular co-host and author of the forthcoming book, The Meaning of Mark Fisher, out in September and available in good internet and high street bookstores. This video is on the meaning of the ubiquitous "we fucking on the Fisher bed tonight" meme, mentioned in the book as part of a critique of capitalism, incorporating memes, mental illness, and psychedelia into a proposed counterculture. The "fucking on the Fisher bed" meme appeared sometime in 2020. First is a 3D render of a bed made with a duvet cover featuring the jacket design of Fisher's 2008 book, Capitalist Realism, which discussed the difficulty in overcoming a neoliberal economic system that leads to depression and which co-opts any attempt to critique it. Since its publication in 2009, capitalist realism has never waned in relevance and has arguably gained increased import with regard to the acceleration of post-truthism and the strengthening of a new right-wing politics in the UK, US, Central and Eastern Europe, Italy, Brazil, just to name a few places. While this new strain of reactionary right emphasizes patriotism and racism, it continues a neoliberal economic framework, demonstrating that certain aspects of the capitalist order are inviolable. The slide to the right is the only form of revolt capital will allow us to have because it both leaves the fundamental social order intact and impedes the rise of the left. For this reason, despite major changes in the political field since Fisher died shortly before Trump took office, it is possible to say that there is no alternative to capitalism. The left alternatives of Sanders and Corbyn were squarely defeated by their own respective parties, demonstrating that capitalist realism penetrates deep into the political parties traditionally associated with at least tempering capitalism's worst excesses. Over the last nearly 1.5 years, a decrease in job prospects, mobility, and the possibility to socialize and to gather as a community has been disproportionately felt by poor people, undoubtedly exacerbating the negative effects capitalism has on mental health. 2020 and 2021 have, for a plethora of reasons that are obvious and which would lead to censorship if explicitly stated here, seen a huge growth in people having trouble simply getting out of bed in the morning, to use a phrase often used to describe depression. It is no coincidence that the doomer has become so popular in the last 18 months. Doomer is a variant of feels guy, incorporating the same drawn face with the addition of a plain black beanie cap and sweater. These embellishments, together with a cigarette drooping from the doomer's tight lips, conspire to contort his facial expression into a semi-grimace. Like Wojak, Doomer is not obviously politically aligned, though he is sometimes adopted by right or left-wing meme producers as a black-pilled desperado on the verge of turning towards extremism. If only he could fight off his melancholy. Above all, he symbolizes the depressed 20-something adult male beaten down by the world. Doomer may not have been intended as a critique of capitalism, but one cannot help see his plight as influenced by our social and economic system. For many on the left, he is practically the symbol of the depressed and alienated subject of capitalism, moved to apathy by the feeling that there is no alternative. Like so many memes spread by both left and right meme producers, Doomer symbolizes the feeling that there is nothing much for us to do today but make and spread memes. Memeing is a rational response to an irrational world. It is effectively the 21st century response to the post-war existentialist injunction that in a meaningless universe, one simply has to choose something to pursue. Or to Theodore Adorno's often misunderstood statement that after the horror of World War II, we must make art, despite its impossibility. The Fisher bed meme perfectly expresses the post-war doublethink employed by figures such as Sartre and Adorno. The collective sense that we can't go on, but must go on, resonates in the West today in a way that hasn't since the aftermath of World War II. The meme originates with a simple 3D render of a bed featuring a capitalist realism bedspread, which I first saw circulate on Joshua Cicerella's Instagram. From here, at some point in late 2020, someone uploaded a picture of the bed with "We fucking on the Fisher bed tonight" written above and below in the impact font, in line with a meme trend for images of beds with "We fucking on" written over them in 2019. This meme has by now gone viral across social media platforms. The popularity of the meme makes up just part of the phenomena of Mark Fisher memes that have exploded over the last 2 years on Facebook groups such as Mark Fisher memes for hauntological teens and Mark Fisher depressive ghost posting, and Instagram accounts such as Fake Mark Fisher but not really him, Capitalist Realism, and many more. What makes these memes so awkward yet interesting is that they effectively take a figure associated with the most lucid account of capitalist wrongdoing in our time and co-opt his message by reducing it to memes diffused on platforms run by capitalist data giants. The anti-capitalist sentiment of these memes is sold off as data. No doubt Fisher would have seen the irony. Though would Fisher have laughed at this? Probably yes, in the same way we laughed at other left memes, at a joke that is simultaneously on us as leftists for carrying on this pantomime as if our critiques of capitalism can achieve anything when we already acknowledge that they can't. Though there is a glimmer of hope, just like that which Fisher identifies at the end of capitalist realism. The tiniest event can tear a hole in the gray curtain of reaction, which has marked the horizons of possibility under capitalist realism. From a situation in which nothing can happen, suddenly anything is possible again. This hope may be hard for people outside of our corner of the fractious and insular online left to see, and it does need to be opened up to more people. Yet I see the Fisher bed as more than an inside joke. It's a mental space around which we coalesce. Picture for one moment a real-life doomer is sitting on a capitalist realism bedspread, reading a copy of the anonymous work. As he or she thumbs the pages, they feel a little better for their personal failings, attributing their depression to capitalism and resolving to do something about it. They set about memeing in an attempt to forge links with like-minded people, and soon some of them will meet up in real life to discuss grassroots political action. That doomer is all of us, sitting, laying, sprawling on the Mark Fisher bed. We don't have to be fucking, but we're fucking lucky to have each other in these difficult times. This is to me the meaning of the "We fucking on the Fisher bed tonight" meme. Let's take the Fisher bed and its doomer inhabitants outside into terra space. After all, again, the tiniest event can tear a hole in the gray curtain or bedspread of reaction. If you have been enjoying our content, please consider registering your desire with the algorithm by liking and subscribing. This really does help us grow and reach a wider community. If you would like to support our work of documenting and nurturing the rise of post-capitalist desires, become a patron. This allows us to continue research-based memes, podcasts, and videos, as well as up our production value. Patrons receive early views of videos, exclusive content, and more, including physical art and the ability to directly influence our research topics. The building of a better world happens on many fronts. Turn on, tune in, and shape a future collective reality.